What's up, guys? I am out here with the TK110 Extreme Flyer folding quadcopter sent to me courtesy of GearBest.com. Thanks to GearBest for sending me this folding quad and this box that I'm holding like a boombox. Let's get it in the air and check it out. Okay, I feel like the weather's going to turn on me any minute here, so let's try and get this in. We are out here with the TK110 Extreme Flyer, and this is obviously a folding quadcopter. And very cool design. Definitely like that a lot. It's got a adjustable camera on here, Wi-Fi camera, and I think these are modular. You can switch them out. They got a couple different versions, and you got your battery bay down here. So one thing to note with this is these are like the landing skids that also act as placeholders for the arms, I guess, something like that. So you unfold them and then kind of push them in, and it is kind of a little bit tedious getting them in and out. One con I have with this one right off the bat before I even started flying it, see that they kind of take a little doing to get in there, and I feel like over time those are just going to break. And then if you notice, they have these little buttons down here to swing the arms out. But it is cool. Whoops, I don't want to turn it on quite yet. It does have an on-off switch, obviously. But, so there you go. Everything unfolded, and really cool looking design. Sort of a DJI Mavic inspired, and a couple of the other ones that fold like that. So let's set that aside. Actually, before we do that, I got another battery in here. This is the battery from the, what is that? The XK250. So this does take a JST connector, so any battery you have with a JST connector is going to work. The battery that comes with it is a 850 milliamp hour battery. So let's get that in there, in the battery bay. And you know, like any of these quads, takes a little doing to get it in and out of the battery bay. Big truck coming up the street. Doing this one in the backyard. I feel like the weather's going to turn on me here any minute. I think I already said that. But it was a nice day this morning, but I didn't have a chance to get out and fly. Somebody's using a chainsaw or something over there too. Hope that's not too loud on here. Anyway, before we get into turning on everything, actually let's turn everything on because we're going to need to, right? So you kind of hold this down for a few seconds and then it turns on, then you turn your transmitter on. Oh, you don't even have to do the up down to bind it, it binds automatically. And if you do go up on your transmitter there, it's going to engage your motors. Let's take a look at the transmitter real quick. All the buttons on the transmitter are clearly labeled. On the upper left, you're going to have your flip button. Upper right is going to be your rates button. There are two rates, a high and a low. And then if we go back to the front, you have your headless mode button here, and auto land and auto takeoff on this button. And then this button down here, which would normally be throttle trim, is going to be your camera buttons. Up is going to be picture, and down is going to be video. But this is the Wi-Fi version, so this button is not functional. So if you have the Wi-Fi version, this button is not going to do anything for you. And then the rest of these buttons are trims, and obviously your throttle, which is spring-loaded because this is altitude hold. And these buttons down here are actually dummy buttons. They don't perform any functions. So let's connect to the Wi-Fi app, and let's go into our Wi-Fi settings. So we go into Wi-Fi, and it should come up here eventually. There we are, Sky Wi-Fi 0DE7. So you're just going to want to connect to it. It is an open network, and your phone may go a little sketchy with that. Be like, do you want to really connect to this thing? Yes, you do really want to connect to it. The app is called Wi-Fi Go, and it has a nice little holder, phone holder on the transmitter here. So you go in here and you hit your start button. Right, start, hit it again. remote controller control. You can fly this with the app. I am not a huge fan of flying any quad with the app, and I personally don't recommend that you do it, but you know, some people enjoy it. So we'll start our video here, and you get a little red, you know, the emblem goes red. And like I said, to engage the motors, you can just go up like this. Then it also has an auto takeoff button. We'll hit that. We are recording. I'm gonna go to the second rate because we got a little sketch wind. And let's just fly around, try and see if we can get some stable video in this somewhat windy day. Not overly windy, but breezy, I guess I should say. So let's see if we can find something a little more interesting than that tree. Maybe go up a little bit. And my Wi-Fi is frozen. Hopefully it comes back. There we go. And I think I've said this before, but my phone is kind of on its last legs, so maybe not indicative of the quadcopter, but possibly my phone freezing there. You know, if you have a newer phone, you might have better results. So let's try to hold it there a little bit, get a little shots of the houses, the treetops. Don't like to go too far or high with these Wi-Fi quads, but let's go up a little bit. And this camera is adjustable, you know, manually adjustable. You can't do it via the transmitter, but you know, depending on what kind of look you want to get, what kind of shots you want to get, you can adjust the camera accordingly. It'll go almost basically straight on, or it'll go downward, have a downward angle. There I am. There we are. Flying right overhead. And this one's a nice stable flyer. Got some cool features, the Wi-Fi FPV and the folding arms. I mean, that's real cool. Why don't we give it a flip? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the rate button. I'm so used to the flip button being on that side of the... So there we go, flip. Nice flip. It flips pretty well. Let's bring it in a little closer. Get some flip shots. Flip shots! I have found you kind of have to hold the flip button in a little bit and then give it input. So I'll give you, hold it in, hit the stick, and it flips. And you will get some latency with your Wi-Fi quadcopters like this. Bring it in a little closer. Get a shot of this guy in the air. Not super loud, kind of a quiet flyer. I mean, relatively. Some of the quads I've flown much louder than this size. So let's open it up and give you a little idea of what this guy can do flying around. It's pretty quick. Doesn't turn super fast. You know, it doesn't stop on a dime. But it does have the altitude hold. And the altitude hold seems to work real well. Oh, tree. Really don't. Why is this little girl running through my yard? I don't know what's going on. How are you? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna land this and see what's going on here. Okay, so back to the review. My guy I used to work with was selling me Girl Scout cookies. His daughter was selling me Girl Scout cookies, so there's that. Anyway, let's go back up in the air. I have slightly lowered the camera angle just for variety since we had some stuff with the straight on. So let's lower the camera angle and go up a little bit and maybe a little bit away from me here. My Wi-Fi is frozen for now. Hopefully it comes back. There we go. There we are. So there I am. I really need to wash the front of this deck, man. Anyway, so Girl Scout cookies. That's a first for a review. But hey, man, I like the Samoas and the tag-alongs and whatever, Basically, if it's got sweets, I'll eat it. So back to some more flips. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of sorts here with I lost my train of thought with the Girl Scout cookies. So I think we were just showing you, we were just flying around showing you the pitch. Gets a good pitch on the first or second right here, excuse me. And this one does fly real nice. I mean, it's kind of got like a airy feel to it. Like it flies real smooth, I guess I would say. So let's try a backflip. Oh man, I keep hitting the rate button. What's the matter with me? So which rate am I in now? Wait, let me. Okay, second rate. Let's go to the first rate. We're on the first rate here, and yaw demonstration on the first rate. A little bit slow. And now let's go. Man, messing up these buttons. So now we're back in the second rate. And the yaw is much faster on the second rate there. Let's see if we can funnel this guy. I think we can. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we can funnel it. We're getting a little bit of a breeze that way that's pushing it. But this guy will funnel. So, pretty versatile little quad. I kind of like it. Only real concerns I have are those landing legs. I feel like you're going to wear those out over time. But I guess it doesn't really matter because the camera is not really undermounted. Maybe slightly. Let's bring it in and look at it. Yeah, I guess it is slightly undermounted. But I don't think it'll be horrible, you know, if you landed on that. No big deal, really. Right? Yeah, this guy flies nice. Has the Wi-Fi. Picture is pretty decent. You know, it's on par with any of these Wi-Fi quads. One of my real big cons, actually, and let me demonstrate this right now while we still have plenty of juice. So I'm going to hit the auto land button, and it's going to land, bounce around quite a bit. And then if I don't do anything, you know, you kind of got to really guide it with your stick here. And if I don't do anything, look how long this thing takes to shut down. And then you can kind of go in like that and shut them off. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. Kind of confused with the manual. But, you know, when you crash, and I've flipped this thing over a couple times landing it like that. So, it's like, and I'm not aware of, I guess the sticks down and in, that is the kill switch for this. But I think all these Wi-Fi altitude hold, actually the Wi-Fi has nothing to do with that, I don't know why I said that. All these altitude hold quads should have a designated kill switch. One of the buttons on here should, you know, stop the motors immediately. And a lot of them do. Other manufacturers are getting smart with that, and they're putting the automatic kill switch on them. Because these ones definitely need it, because that's a good way to always kill your motor. As most of you out there probably know, you run into something and the motor keeps spinning, and obviously that's not good for the motor. So let's do a few more flips here. So that's one of my other cons on it. Let's land it one more time, and I'll kind of demonstrate that again. It just, and it bounces around, you know, it doesn't land super smooth. That's like a, so then if you go down and in, that will kill the motors. So I'm going to go back up to basically straight on type of angle. And the Wi-Fi has frozen, but we're back. And we're back! So if I hit the auto takeoff button, it just takes right off and goes to a certain height all on its own. So that's a cool feature also with this quadcopter. You know, the pros in this one definitely outweigh the cons, I feel. But I really wish it would have a kill switch. Ooh, I thought I was going to hit my flagpole there. That'd have been interesting. But yeah, I think we're getting LVC warning. Yep. So there's your LVC warning. It's kind of like a long flash. I'm going to stop my video. I was going to say stop my video. Don't know what happened there. I guess my Yi camera crapped out on me and cut off at the end there, but didn't really miss much. Had a total flight time of 8 minutes and 38 seconds, so approaching 9 minutes of flight time. Really good flight time on this quad. Other than that, I just basically landed it and probably droned on about something that I didn't really need to talk about, so I'm not going to do that here. Let's just go back to me ending the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video with the TK110 Extreme Flyer folding quadcopter sent to me courtesy of GearBest.com. Flies really nice. It is really cool that it folds up, kind of Mavic-esque, if you will. So definitely wasn't going to take long once that sort of quadcopter came out to hit the toy grade market, and this one is a nice flyer. So if you're interested, check the link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Gonna be having lots more reviews. So until the next one, happy flying and try not to crash and burn. Well, that was less than ideal. Whoops. What? Huh? Boom. Is this too close? Am I too close? Am I too close?